that this conference is all about leaving no one behind, and particularly focusing on the tangled knot of complex problems and challenges that are primarily taking place in the global south. And many of our developing countries, as you know, have made considerable progress to improve the well-being of their people, but they are now bearing the brunt of a myriad of crises, with the lingering effects of COVID-19, the soaring debt, the inflation pressures, and the intensifying climate extremes and disasters. And the absence of adequate international support forces them to commit more and more of their limited resources to protecting their people from these crises, which further compound their challenges, eroding hard-earned progress on poverty, inequality, and development. And it's pushing many of our countries right to the edge. So to tackle these overlapping challenges about which we have spoken on a number of occasions, we need more cooperation and solidarity than ever before. And the voice of the non-aligned movement is essential, and the Commonwealth stands as a trusted partner in achieving our shared vision for a peaceful, just, and sustainable future for all. And you know that of our 56 countries, 21 of which are in Africa, they make up 42 of the members of the non-aligned movement. So we have countries from our 5 regions who are participating. And these crises, this tangled knot of crises which has been left as lingering effects of COVID and climate, means that the debt burden on our countries is getting heavier and heavier.
Now, talking about money, the Secretariat has been calling what some people say the disproportionate impact of economic and environmental challenges on development Commonwealth countries. Talk to me briefly about this concern.
Well, number one, we've been saying we now need a different approach, making an assessment to say, if you've got fiscal rectitude, your GDP will rise and you'll be able to meet all your sustainable development goals. We know that that is not so. These exogenous shocks that we've suffered, the climate crises, the COVID-19, then followed by the disruption of our food security as a result of what's happening in Ukraine and Russia, and now what's happening in Palestine, and all these exogenous shocks are out with what most of the countries could have expected, and not caused by them either. So we have said we need to change the approach we have. We have to understand innate vulnerability, which is not predicated on an act or an omission caused by you. These are things to which you are subject, and that vulnerability has to be taken into account when they're talking about the terms upon which you get money by way of loan or you get overseas development aid.